Those NPP people in Ashanti and Eastern who did not vote, what was they protesting against? Was it tribal? In Eastern and Ashanti especially, was it tribal?
Look, let me tackle this once and for all.
Yes, please.
You see, in this country, the dynamics or the demography of MPP voters are largely Akan.
Yes.
About 65% of MPP base are Akan. Now, you have an Akan base, but your candidate come from a different group.
Minu mame na wase na mema wakwa nyankopon hyira se o hweme Musah Danquah wone Paul Adumochire omo adi nkomo bi e de afa NPP political party no eno na Paul Adumochire na obisa Musah Danquah se ususu se or according to your polls no edi enti na ema nkofo omo Kumase na hye Ashanti region ene Eastern region omo anto aba no amfa ma NPP na nipa dodo na omo anko police station kura mpo se omo kwa akoto aba because ohwe Ashanti region and Eastern region na eye two regions bia omo edo NPP ye pa enti sa lost na ekọ edi ma NPP no eye sa nkrofo na omo anto aba no enu nti na ma NPP elusu 2024 elections no enti wo as a poster edi be asem na wo beka edi afa sa asem na esiye ewo Eastern region and Ashanti region no eno na Musah Danquah oba be yi ano se ohwe NPP party na most of the supporters they come from this Akan communities enunti utie sa nkrofo na wo sankomo kokoto aba no mankoto no anu a ebi mo chire mu se be NPP party no Musah Danquah eno kan ye enyeme na America most of them na nka mo hwehwe se ye de obi a oye Akan ni ana se Akan ni ene beye kandini but baby nipa no kokko pie no I say the person is not an Akan enunti na emankrofo bibire na empe his excellency the former vice president Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia asem eno so eka ho nti na emma nkrofo bi ankoto aba no enti Paul Adumochire okoso ebisae se enti sanka NPP edi obi a oye Akanni ekoya anka sa performance na omo perform ye no anka mu benya more than that na ena Musah Danquah kan say yes anka they can perform better than that anka mo an win elections no kra anka ebia votes no ebeko anymore because na crofo bebre empe Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as because they onye Akanni but eno no dey say kan sa na say crofo omo kire omo adwen sa no na kire say we are bringing tribal politics into our today politics because ekobasa emwa sinipa no onya Akanni na se bia wo nimdie bi obetumi edi aboa oman Ghana ama enyoma akoso yi a adenti na ye masa nipa no akwanya na omeboa na ye kan se nipa we oya Akanni na sa Akanni no so ontumi emeboa na kire se ono na chencheren a ye mfa no emra na ekobasa emwa enti ye politics na ye ne besre se nkrofo bi ewo sa adwen no ewo mutrum se we eye nipa wo de ne ba ye be support no we eye nipa wo de ne ba ye support na ejisi ya se de Akanni ba na omo so ewo northern region omo so kan se yenso yen support na I don't think say it will be better for this country watch I see it sa asem no na omo aka na ye brother bia no so oye adwuma ewo Nhyira FM a ye friend say na jantoa woni kwasi kwaten honorable omo anya some kind of interactions bi e de afa Kennedy ohene Japan ho eno na jantoa a wo ye journalist no obisa kwasi kwaten a wo ye the spokesperson for Kennedy ohene Japan ne campaign team no obisa na sam say unim say Ghana fo binom ewo adwen bi e de fa honorable Kennedy ohene Japan ho because of ntokwa bi a Kennedy ohene Japan no omo akon na atwam but still people are still holding grudges against him but mo so mo can say let Ken be Ken mo kan sa asemu ya na kire se de Kennedy ohene Japan wo ye na atwam no mo support se nkrofo odidi o mo antem nkrofo kan nsem bi efa o mo ho a o mo bo anwe so no like you are not ready to apologize but mo support de o ye no enti onabo kwati kwachen so odi anu yiye kama bi e de akọ amana na jantoa any Ghana fo na omo etie no na me de we ha oyi asem na no you ni say eno a eno no me no wo ebekọ kwahwe sa video no ansa na yakọ Musah Danquah ɔne Paul Adom Ochre interview no ɛso na yɛkɔkɔtie nsɛm a Musah Danquah waka ɛde afa Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ɛne akanfoɔ nsɛm a ɔmo ɛkaeɛ ɛde fa Mahmoud Bawumia ho a ɛno nti a ɛma Bawumia olusu that kind of margin no a ebi ɛnsi here ɛwɔ Ghana memo ha no video no so ɛwɔ hɔ yɛbɛkɔ akɔhwɛ na ansa na yɛbɛkɔ saa video no so no yɛni kan yɛntie Honorable Kwasi Kwate ɛne Nana Adwantoa ɛmra na se yɛkɔba a ɛba betie Paul Adom Ochre ɛne Musah Danquah deɛ no so itimi nua ansa na yɛbɛhwɛ video no wonya subscribe na like video yi so fama me bɛda wase yɛhwɛ video no ɛmra.
And Mahama mo yeah will let can be can. But you see, kakra means me who Ghana for no say sometimes we can be a bit funny. Baby what touchy. In Sambia or Kanye. Ebia delegates may forgive. Yeah. A day na more yeah. Because don't overrule the anger outside. You may need them. The pastoral, I've seen a lot of pastors they are still referring, even though I know say we apologize. But see, Ghanaians are funny. The header of trying to now come into the Ghana space where none being sema ubin so aheti what are you going to do about it?
I mean, sometimes I disagree with you on a lot of things, including your style as a journalist. But there's one thing I cannot take from you. There is one thing I cannot take from you. A sense of reasoning. Anyhow, with that question. Me, I like it like this. And I mean, state one of the stations I'm a manager. I join the city because I'm commander was wrong. Teach me to train some near the Eba. And this is a very valid question. You see, me and Ambeka let can be Ken.
Yeah.
And I have to state it on record that let can be Ken was relevant then in a context. But right now, it's a message that gradually has to be toned down.
Okay.
But what did I mention? Because BBM, what was the context? The context was nobody cares about what Ken is bringing on board. All what everybody cares about is Ken is temperamental, Ken is this, Ken is this. They say yes. Nana, Ken is nipa. Just like me, no UTA. There were shortcomings. We have strengths and shortcomings.
Yeah.
Yeah, so far I said be no more to it. Sometimes if you are exposed to their private life, that's
true.
But they manage it in a nice way.
Right.
Can have strengths or weaknesses. Said them say and no kind, you know. And then we be na papa. What I say. But even normal or you say shortcomings and so temperamental and it all depends on how we want to view it.
Okay.
And again, how we also want to harness it for the development of our country.
Right.
Nipa also a temperamental. No? It could be true. But have you also looked at Ken also being so passionate about getting results?
Getting results done.
Say, I don't know why now Ken the one chima wo. I say Ken the what did the party for them? What was the contest? This is a man from the 92 BC. He has always been in defense of the party.
Right.
What did he say? Ye party, Juma, ye party, for ya, and to another party next year. I feel na cobroso. Ya udie no na kuma ye de ehano. Mama one instance.
Right.
A party focus ya President Akufo-Addo. Gabi Asaroche dako. Asante bedie tu. Osafo mafo. No mukushia party mpanifo ne party makakra.
Right.
Ewo Gabi fi ewo Kufuria. No mu di nkomo na say no obi afafo an recorded the Osafo mafo ye de ekan.
Yeah.
Na so Osafo mafo kan ni modu ne hadwe so kakra.
Yeah.
Asem ne say as a superiority complex and rivalry between the Achems and the Asantes.
Yeah.
Nipa ne record wie ye no de koma wan fa amra nhira no wan fa nkoma ayi o wan fa nkoma man so no de ko pro NDC station Accra FM no mo ko boy ankade or how no ye ne kese pa beto the Asantes and the Achems.
Yeah.
Ye no bi man ko fa like kan bramansia na be de e be pacho no no be ya na sense so ye de eguzu. When Ken heard it, was MPP for mo jibe mo yankwasafo.
Yeah.
You see how the contest is he doesn't understand why any reasonable person
because in KNDC for nkomunye then na wo MPP ni wo be sa na say
unim nyansa.
I agree.
What I say?
I agree.
Obia or how he addresses issues. Me I'm a communication person.
Yeah.
Musah Danquah dey adebayi. Somebody will rubbish it. Oh, Musa Oja credible, ne papa.
Yeah.
I don't see a ask anything to ask.
Yeah.
The mayor no boko. The me na me address you. I can make us say dear nipa ye. There's a nyansa day anymore. Ken kanasa. Ken make us say moya kwasafo. But you see, we are highly conservative, like we said.
Exactly.
What I say. And normally you also need to learn and adapt. But again, context is also very important.
Yeah.
But the most important thing is let us also not weaken our leaders, especially when we know say one more character traits be a bit my day. You have a be or you're bold or you're courageous. Also, you will timid challenging the party for or timid kind of create nipa. Why do we want to change such a person to fit into a certain template that we call presidential material from time immemorial 92 after that?
On adaptees Donald Trump stand
No, not really. Americans are different from us.
Okay.
But I'm saying that in as much as he keeps his strength, he also needs to balance it to also fit within the Ghana
form.
That's why now it has changed from let Ken be Ken to
let Ken be Ken to
the old Ken fought for you, but the new Ken will build.
Say new Ken.
Yes, yeah, but you see, we are also
but
mindful.
Not because it's an open position. Because I say, you would just say, Abranti, be none who fin pan or to say the Bianata, but Ocaso per Espino. If you have ban was shining,
what
say, what pie will be the crabia.
Also, the Kenyan say, we are also mindful not changing him. That's why I said, or nipa or a shortcomings.
Yeah.
And no money I'm sure say if you give him the opportunity on kind of side
I get it.
Not necessarily because position always. Mama, one example. Yeah. Recently we catch him say Ken pass off watch. And I said I won't even go and tell him this and he won't do it. No Musah now say what we do so for them or say Debbie. No say me a praise bini or me di me so for them. Me this will do romance so for be at them. South of will do matter me fine. Nigeria Gezi, but they have following.
But they have following.
No problem with that.
You need them. You need them.
Yes,
so it's very important.
I agree with you, but make us some
because so called one Manchester so following.
Can never attack one. I'm coming, Nana.
But they feel. You see, you're explaining, which I agree. But the point is that sometimes it's not just. For example.
But if you had allowed me to land, I was coming there. If you had allowed me to land, the point I was making is, what is the context? The context is not say Ken Eja Sofo and I pass off as him.
Yeah.
But this is Uncle subsequently Omukra back came fee and all the allegations he leveled against them. So more car smuggling, Jim Crawford say, ABC. They came to him to apologize to him.
Yeah, I get it.
So why then do you say Ken should then make a U-turn and go and apologize to them in the name so position?
For the optics,
yes, but for the balance is also that then people would then see Sakwano or Boha he's a hypocrite. Ken
no, I'm not sure so Moka say Oboa because people loved it. I'm sure say the tone at which okay. You know, sometimes a bit me a kabibi, nay no cre, but you see tone. There have been times I've been hard on an Akufo, but they said okay no cre, but your tone. So I apologize. Then I do apologize. You understand?
Who apologizing for tone?
No, apologizing for the tone, which is very important because we are in the conservative environment. Adebi Ohan Kate say okay, can be can say, but can say. Communication because of our system. What they say? You can use nonsense in USA. You can say F the president in USA. Ebi a wunti min kanisa. So people are saying, say, can the name so
but the tone is not the act.
No, but the tone is important because a gesture. In communication, gestures are very important. Tones are very important.
But how then do you...
Those MPP people in Ashanti and Eastern who did not vote, what was they protesting against? Was it tribal? In Eastern and Ashanti especially. Was it tribal?
Look, let me tackle this once and for all.
Yes, please.
You see, in this country, the dynamics or the demography of MPP voters are largely Akan.
Yes.
About 65% of MPP base are Akan. Now, you have an Akan base, but your candidate come from a different group. Right?
That's deep, eh?
Yeah, that's deep. You will struggle to galvanize the Akans.
Why won't the Akans vote for another tribe candidate?
No, you see...
Are they MPP because they are Akans? Or they believe in the MPP's philosophy?
Look, there are people who are MPP because they are Akans. Simple as that.
They are MPP because they are Akans?
Yes. And if you look at what has happened, I mean... They
feel the MPP is their party?
Of course.
Okay. Whether in opposition or in government is their party?
Akan for party. I mean, we've said it. I'm an Achim, I've come from the same place, so I know what we say. So it is seen as Akan base. So when you give the Akans what they feel to be an alien to them, they are not galvanized, enthused by it.
And what is alien to them is determined by tribe?
Of course. You see, the only
Will
thing...
the Akans take a bono?
They're all Akans.
They consider bono as Akan?
Yes.
Kintampo?
Yes, they're all Akans.
So, Chebi, Achim Swedro,
They're all Akans.
Western region,
They're all Akans.
parts of Central region.
They're all Akans.
But that means you can do a double Akan ticket and win if you're MPP.
It's about numbers.
Yeah.
It's you have to work out where the numbers
So
come
those
from.
MPP people who said that MPP is in trouble because they have moved away from their base, should we have listened to them?
Look, during the polling season, when we're polling, when you put an Akan candidate against Mahama, the gap shrinks.
Oh, that's interesting. Any Akan candidate?
Any Akan candidate.
Say Kennedy Japan.
In fact, Kennedy Japan was doing better than Bawumia against Mahama.
Who?
And Kennedy Japan.
Or was doing better
Yes.
against Mahama than Bawumia?
Yes. And then even when Alan was in the race, the same thing was applied.
Alan was doing better.
Yes.
So if Kennedy Japan was a running mate, will it make a difference?
Absolutely, yes.
Could they have made a difference in parliament as well?
Every number counts.
I mean, if Kennedy Japan is a candidate, the difference in presidential will come. But will it affect parliament?
If he was candidate, I don't think they would lost Asin Central.
Yes, I mean, straightforward, you can say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
At least for that one.
There are areas that he will have influence. And there are people who he would have galvanized to come out and vote.
What about the women?
Yakwa video na ba na wutie honorable Kwesi Kwati na no yi a wode man na dwanto na bigidi se eno no was say let Ken be Ken na omo ekan ye no that was then but sisi ya no sa asem no ehun ehia biem nipa se wo kan asem na hu se waye mfom so ba ebi na se wo je mfom so atumu a nipa no kora wo no anya asem no ne bo ebeto ne yem but wi wa adwen se wo betwe asem na eho ene bema abufuo nso aba nti omo say mre bi a atwam ene omo kan sa asem no but sisi ye die sa asem no ehun ehia biem to no so wakasa e dia for Kennedy ohene Japan ho say sometimes Ghanaians ye ntinase because in same bi wo ho a e was say wo kind of straightforward na nipa na wo ye sa de no ohun say yes de wo ye no enye but wo bi AD7 kwase asem na so wanka ankyere no na say o ma nipa no ehun say bia de o ye no ope ana say o support na obekoso ayesa ade no but e ho no de ye besre no yes ye nka ankyere say men kasa emfa ade a enye ho but e kwan a wo nso befa so na waka asem no e ho no na ehia because wo ye leader e wo say wotumi ehu kwan a befa so na wo ne wo followers akasa but asem bi eba bonten na say wo de na wo beka no e bro nipa na asem na waka no so a na kire say wo leadership qualities no ye ato chimakakra enu nti Kwesi Kwati so na asem waka eno no afu yenko Musah Danquah one Paul Adumochiri omo asem no so eso yetie video no wa watsensem Musah Danquah okaye but ye besre say we asantini say we free Eastern region say we northern say we free hen wote hen ye bese wo ma ye nyina ye mfa tribalism ento nchen na ye hwe candidate na oba no adwuma no betumi aye owo qualities no say adwuma no betumi aye and say ontumi ye eno ena ehia but enye say ebia nipa no ofiri Kumasi ofiri Eastern region enu ntie ento aba emfa ma no ekobasa na we are promoting nepotism nipa no onsem fata but esan say oben yenti yemfa emma no na adwuma no wantumi anya na ye koi ana say ye bai enti menua de ekoso eno no nsem yi a mabobbo su ya na say wahwe wonso de wadwe nkire eye obia no comment section ho na kire wadwe na bibia la enye kama enti mo mefa wo ensi ana ansa na ye be kono mesre wunya subscribe ya subscribe to this channel na nsem bia na etwa gu a efa politics ho trending issues ade bia la wo se wo wunya bi ehwe na wunya bi nso etie no me de beba be som na bibiara aye kama me ne wo ebehie bi sisi ye die makra bye bye.